Hi guys, can you all hear me? Hello, can you all hear me? Yes. Others, can you all hear? Just say me yes, clear. Hello. Okay. All right. Can you all see the video as well? Audio and the video both okay. Both okay, right? Okay. Okay. Fine. 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 So a very good evening then. Good evening. Good evening. Hi. Hi. Good evening. Okay. Good. All good. So guys, I'll ask the question. Did you all fill the Google form connected to the tute? And first of all, who received the tute? Just say me yes, clear. So since you online fellows, last week onwards, we are couriering the tutes. So who got the tute? Yes, like Yana. For those who didn't get, just say me no also. If you have filled the Google form, huh? If you have filled the Google form, if you have got it, say yes. No means no. Okay. Google form fill karasa. I got. And those who didn't get also, just drop me a message. Okay, fine. Can I use my what's her name? Abu Aman Muhammad? Mariam Muhammad. No, no, she joined only me. Revision? 25. This theory name, and no, you had to have this theory tute. Correct. So if you have got the tute, great. If you didn't receive the tute after filling the Google form, tomorrow the couriering will start. So hopefully by Monday, again, you'll get the tute. So no worries on that. So if you have not filled the Google form, I have shared in the group. So please fill it. Hurry, fine. How was the tute? Good. Was it good? Just did you all go through the tute a bit? How the notes are structured? What are the topics to be tested, how the questions are being designed, how the tute is. Balu ada no? Puzzles ti balu. Good. At least. What about others? Didn't you go through the tute? Now only took the tute there. Yeah, man. Okay, fine. I hope you would have gone through the tute a bit. Okay, so even though today we'll be doing that only. Hi guys. So today we have to start unit one, which is background of business, hopefully, which is the core chapter of the business study syllabus, which is unit one, introduction, the background. So before that, I said y'all, in the starting of today's class, I'll be saying two factors. After going through that only, I'll be starting the chapter killer. What are two things I said? Important one. I said I'll be going through two things, topics. Please join earlier so you won't miss it. After that only we'll be jumping into the session killer. What are two topics? What man, even just now you started ALs, you can't remember stuff in your mind for at least 1 week. Why did I say what are two things? No, no, I remember I said AATs. No, not AATs, man. I said two things. Before jumping into the session, we'll be discussing two topics. I don't remember. Okay, for if you can't remember, if you have memory loss power, drink some, go to color. Okay, that's good. Fine. This was the first session. Very good. Keep it up. So the guys, the topic is gonna be the content, dude. The content. That means the syllabus. Grade 12 and grade 13. Fine. So we'll be going through the grade 12 and grade 13 syllabus. First of all. So we'll start with grade 12. So in grade 12, how many chapters you have? Just give a guess. We'll see who's getting correct. Just give a guess how many chapters we have in grade 12. Grade 12, man, not from the full syllabus. 18, 12, 7. Just give a number. Never mind. Whether you went wrong or something. Anything. 8, 9. You can't say only one number. Because I say two or three answers. Sarah, good. 655. Okay, 22. Hi, guys. You have 11 units in your grade 12 syllabus. Okay. So starting with the first unit, which is introduction to business. Okay, introduction to business. And secondly, you have something called CSR and ethics. So I'll just give some intro about each chapter. Please. I said you had to have the tute along with that. What's the other resource I ask you all to have with you all? The tute, very good. Okay, have a writing book also. There are some stuffs where you have to draw. There are some questions, you write some answers. So have a writing book also. So now keep your writing book and write what I'm going to write here. Okay. So introduction to business means simple. What is business? What are needs and wants? What are goods and services? What is GDP? What is primary production? Secondary? Who are stakeholders? So mostly what you have studied in OLs only repeated in unit number 1. Okay. So unit number 1 is patta easy, but it's lengthy also. And second topic is CSR and ethics. If you are doing a business, you have to be ethical. Ethical means good practices. What else? Is that true? If you do a business, you had to be ethical enough. That means you had to follow some good practices. Is that true? Treating customers properly, okay, thinking about employees' welfare. Am I correct? No? When you're running a business, yes or no? Ethics, good practices? Yeah, man. Yes, right. Obviously, we have to do those. So we have to study about those. Corporate social responsibility, as a business, there are some activities we do towards society, not towards the customer. Towards the society, thinking of social welfare. Okay, think about dialogue. So dialogue does some CSR activity. So example, okay, do you know dialogue runs a TV channel called Nenasa? Nenasa Kiela? Anyone? Nenasa app? No? Fine. So that's a channel which is created to educate students. So dialogue, telecommunication. Why the hell they are doing that? They are giving education for students. CSR, corporate social responsibility. Another example. Okay, I hope many of you all would know this one at least. Are a DP education here? DP education you can see in YouTube and also especially in Telegram. At least that DP education, fine. What does DP stands for? DP stands for what? DP means Dhammika Pereira. Who the hell is this Dhammika Pereira? Who is Dhammika Pereira? Who is Dhammika Pereira? Is he a professor? Who is Dhammika Pereira? Man, what man? You don't know anything and doing business studies, it seems. I know he is a human. Very good concept. Okay, Keel is owner of. Okay, so if you take Dhammika Pereira, he is the second richest person in Sri Lanka. He was the first, now he is the second. First is now Ishara, the owner of Softlogic. Okay, so he is one of the richest person, dude. He thinks about money. In DP, everything is given for free. Why the hell he should run an education platform? Giving it for free. So corporate social responsibility. So as a business, there are some activities where you have to do towards the society. So this is the second chapter where you are going to talk about the good activities or good practice of business. And third one, for a business, who is the main obstacle? Who is the main obstacle? Customers, the employees, the owners, the managers, suppliers, government, community. Who is the main obstacle, barrier? They hate. Competitors, very good. Apart from competitors, what do you all say? They always come. Whenever the business earns a profit, they charge something from them. Whenever the business goes wrong, they come and what? Give a fine, give a warning for them. Government. Okay. So third, we'll be learning about something called government intervention. Government intervention. How government is gonna influence the businesses. Don't think government is always bad. That's how we remember. Government does some positive activities for business also. But the main negative activity they do is government charges something from your profit. What do they charge? Whenever you earn a profit, from your hard-earned profit, from your hard work, the profit which you earn, portion should be given to the government. Very good, tax. So what are the types of tax? Direct enava, indirect enava. So there are some taxes where you also pay. For example, when you buy a good or a service, they charge you a tax. You know what's the tax you all pay? You may think, sir, my father is not rich, so he shouldn't pay income tax. Fine, but each and everyone, even your mother, when she goes for the market, buys a loaf of bread or maybe a sack of rice, they pay tax. What's that tax? Very good. VAT kera pikina, V8. Okay, what are the percentage, who is collecting that, those ones. Not only that, you will be studying another topic also about consumers. As a business, they have to protect the consumers. Consumers have rights. Okay, you can ask questions from the business. So that's what we'll be covering in the third unit. Okay, and fourth one, business organization. So business organization කියන්නේ, there are different types of business structures. There are some business where only one person is the owner. Only one owner is there. What is that type of business we see? Only one owner. What do you say for those businesses? Very good. Sole proprietorship kila. Good. There are some businesses where two people or maximum 20 people can run that business. What do you say for those businesses? Very good. Partnership kila. Another one. Some businesses, they give shares to the people. Anyone can buy the shares. Even you can buy. You can be an owner. Unlimited owners. What do you say for that type of business? Where they give shares, very good companies. Kila. Okay, then there is something called cooperatives. Okay, there's another interesting one also. For example, just think about the business. Hero Honda. Hero Honda Gun. Do you think it is one business? Hero Honda? Is it only one company? Yes or no? No. Hero Honda means the vehicle, the bike. So Hero is a different company. Honda is a different company. But today both are together as one company. Another one we can take. Alright. You know cheeses are a craft cheese kira තියෙනවනේ එකක්. Usually people who come from foreign, they bring those cheeses, right? Craft cheese කියලා. Blue color packing එකේ. Craft cheese, don't you all know? දන්නවනේ. Okay, Kraft cheese is combined with another brand called Heinz කියලා. Ketchup brand. Ketchup brand, don't you all know? Fine, I'm taking examples which you don't know. Fine, leave that. Another car brand, Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki, the car. Well, there are two brands. Maruti is also there, Suzuki is also there. So those type of business අපි කියනවා business combinations කියලා. What? Business combination කියලා. Another type of business is there. Think about KFC. Think about McDonald's. Okay, fine. McDonald's will leave aside. KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut. Do you think those are Sri Lankan businesses? Is it founded by Sri Lankans? Is it our own recipes? No. We have copied from a foreign brand name. For those type of business, we say name franchise business scale. So one type of franchise is cancelled in Sri Lanka also. Since they are not providing quality foods in Nisa, it is completely closed. Which franchise? It's been almost a year now. Which franchise business? Not Matara Baat Kadime. Which franchise? Like KFC, Pizza Hut and all. There was a franchise name where when you go, they give you kids gifts and all, or a kids meal where you can play in the play area and all. There will be a clown at the entrance. You can sit and take a picture. McDonald's. McDonald's is closed right nowadays. Why? What's the reason? Everything you'll be studying in business organization. Okay, fine. Next one. The fifth unit you have is interesting one. Entrepreneurship. Okay, entrepreneurship. Okay, say me some entrepreneurs you all know. Maybe they can be Sri Lankan, maybe they can be foreigners or whatever. Say me some entrepreneurs you all know. Okay, Elon Musk, fine, good. Steve Jobs, okay. Ravi Rajapaksa. Maybe there will be a person like that. I know about him. Fine, we'll learn. Others? Yeah, man, say me some entrepreneurs. Bill Gates, okay, good. Hanam, yeah, good. Very good. Smart answer. Ishara Nanayakar, yeah, he is the richest person in Sri Lanka, right? Mark Zuckerberg. Others? Who is the CEO of Google? CEO of Google? He is an Indian also, right? Yeah, the spectacles. Tall fellow who has two rabbit teeth. Sundar Pichai. Okay, fine. So those are some entrepreneurs. Some entrepreneurs are into green environmental stuff. For example, Elon Musk, Tesla. Tesla is something good for the environment. Electric cars. So for them, we say green entrepreneurs. There are some people like intra entrepreneurs. If you take Sundar Pichai, he's not the owner of Google. He's just an employee, CEO. So who are entrepreneurs? How an entrepreneur can be emerged? What are the training we have to give? Skills, characters. Those stuff we'll be studying in fifth unit. Okay, one of the interesting you need to be honest. Okay, next, sixth one, we'll be studying something called SMEs. SMEs kyanne small and medium businesses. Okay, so in Sri Lanka there are many small sector business, right? Okay, do you think they are powerful? Just think about the groceries near your home. Think about this Matarabad Kade, fine. Do you think they are powerful? Small businesses, right? Do you think they are powerful? Yeah, SME, small, medium enterprises. Do you think they are powerful? Same and yes or no, it's right. Do you think they are powerful enough? Yeah, that's the answer. Yes, okay. You may think, sir, it's a small sector business name. How a grocery shop can be so powerful? Think how many grocery shops are there in Sri Lanka? So even though it's a small business, if you take Sri Lanka, out of 100 business you take, almost 80 business are small businesses. The remaining 20 only large businesses. So small business are the backbone of the economy. If small business are not strong, the country can't survive. So very important you need. Okay. Then seventh one, you'll be studying about money and banking. What is money? How did money evolve? So earlier we used something called a system where people used to exchange goods. Earlier we didn't have money, right? People used to exchange goods. What do you say for that system? For example, I have animals. So I give you, we'll say, a bucket of milk. You give me, we will say, a bunch of carrots or something. So what do you say for that system? System of exchanging goods for goods. Milk, carrot. Slipper, maybe rice. Barter system. Okay, what is barter? From barter, today we are in money. How? What's the evolution? What's the reason barter was failed? So all those stuff we'll be studying in money and banking. So in banking, okay, which is the most important bank in Sri Lanka? I just took as an example, Zubra. Which is the most important bank in Sri Lanka? Where when you go for golf fish, you can see that bank. Most of the time it is closed because you can't go inside. This is the most important bank. Bank of Ceylon, Amana Bank, commercial bank. Dude, the central bank of Sri Lanka, man, that's the most important bank in any country, right? Central bank. So in our country also, central bank. That's the most important bank. So what is the central bank? The objectives, what the central bank does. Who is the governor of central bank? Then after central bank, you have the commercial banks, right? Okay, Amana Bank. So what are commercial banks like HNB, Commercial, Sampath? Then you have specialized like NSB Bank. So there's a lot of organization. What is leasing? So everything will be studying money and banking. And also there's another part where we'll be studying about checks. You would have studied about checks, ne? OSJK, or a crossing of a check. Drawer, drawee. Okay. So a small but trial eka, teaser eka. In years, it will give you left and right. Okay. Then eighth one, in eighth one, you have a chapter where, for example, sometimes you are purchasing a car. When you purchase a car, your car can face some accidents, right? So once you face an accident, a random person can come and give you the amount of damage which is incurred. You don't need to incur anything. That person will give you the money. With that money, you can get the coverage. So what do you say for those type of activities? Very good, insurance. So you'll be studying about insurance. So what is life insurance? What is property insurance? Okay, so there are some insurance where we take for ships and all. Okay, nowadays that is very trendy. Why? Nowadays the insurance for ships is very trendy. What may be the reason? Think. That is also something business studies currently collected to maybe current world. Maybe our come also says something. The war. Okay, if you take the Hormuz Strait, that is being completely closed. So ships are in terms of disaster, it is being completely destroyed. So ship insurance is facing a huge risk. Okay, so that is what insurance chapter talks about. Okay, the ninth one, and there's another interesting story also. If you take Titanic, why did Titanic sunk? Why? What's the reason? Why did Titanic sink? Because why? What's the reason? You'd have seen the movie, for example, I'm asking. Because they went and crashed with the what? Iceberg. They know it was not the iceberg. It's because of insurance. There was a big scam behind that. Okay, no need for now. We learn it chapter number 8. Then you'll be learning about a chapter where, which I'm doing now. I'm not teaching here. I'm giving you information. You are getting information. What do you say for that activity? Very good. Communication. Okay. So you learn about something called communication. Then nowadays, you see people in the long queues to get petrol. Why? Because with that petrol, with that vehicle, they are going to fulfill a need. What is that need? Why they need petrol? Come and drink at the home? No. Then why? Transportation. Okay. So we'll be learning about transportation. Transportation. And finally, the 11th unit you have is trade, where I will be studying about wholesale, retail, import, exports, the international organizations which are there like IMF, WTO, SAARC, World Bank. Okay, so that's a part we'll be studying in 11th unit. So this is your complete grade 12 syllabus. Is that okay? Clear the grade 12 syllabus. I gave you small idea of each unit. Clear? Yes. Okay, so if you take grade 12 got grade 12, you're saying me, are you going to study the internal part of the business or are you going to study the outside, the external part of the business? Then? By reading all these topics, what you can understand. We're going to learn the internal part of the business or external part together. Mostly we are going to study about external. Ne? Okay, you can see all these topics are talking about something which is outside the business. Okay, so simply grade 12 is like gossiping. You don't talk about what's the area which is inside you. You talk about the external stuff. Okay. So grade 12, you study about the external environment. You study about what? External environment. Okay. So what do you say? Grade 12 is interesting or bad? Will it be interesting or bad compared to grade 13? Okay. Definitely interesting. True. Ne? Then, for example, you finding your own mistakes, you can't do that. You hate to do that. But finding another person's mistake, you like to do that thing. Yes or no? Yes or no? Our weakness, our mistakes, we hate to find and all those stuff. Others means we quickly find. Ne? Yes, no, be honest. Same thing here. So it's very boring to study what is inside the business. Outside, yes, because outside environment always changes, right? So maybe grade 12, many say that is partly interesting. Okay. So now quickly copy down the grade 12 content. And after that, I'll jump into grade 13. Any doubts you can ask me. Monahari doubts tibbo tahanna. Done means කියන්න say done කියලා. We can go for grade 13 syllabus then. I'm gonna use luminous color. I'll change the color man. This done. Okay, good. Harry, done. Ne? Fine. If you're not done, take a screenshot. Now, next topic. Grade 13 then. We'll go for grade 13. Grade 13. Where people hate a lot. They curse the grade 13. Okay, so grade 13, how many chapters you have? Give a guess. How many units we have? Guess එකක් දෙන්න. How many? Abu Aman Muhammad. What is your name, man? Abu Aman Muhammad. 7 units. Fine. Everyone got it correct. There may be a reason. Hurry. So grade 13, if you take, yes, in grade 13, you have 7 units. Okay. You have 7 units in grade 13. So starting from the 12th unit, which is management. Okay, management. Maybe this topic would be familiar for some people. Management, okay, you will study 4 things. Anyone? Policy කියලා. Planning, organizing, leading and controlling. 4 P's නෙමෙයි. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Okay, so that's what you'll be studying in management in depth. The most hated lesson in the grade, not greater in the full grade, but business study syllabus. Many people hate this chapter. I don't know why. Next, 13th one, you have operations management. Operations management. I'll write management as in the shortest form, where you'll be studying about production, how to produce a product, what type of machines we need, what type of layout, what type of structure we had to have in our factory, what type of production. Some product you produce only one, for example, one product at a time. We usually say one donkey at a time. Think about cakes. Okay, the people who are doing these cakes for birthdays and all, they produce one cake at a time. And those are different from the other products they are producing. But there are some businesses where they are producing same product in large quantity. Think about pen. Think about Atlas pen which are using. Same, right? All the pens are same and they are producing large quantity. So that's what you'll be studying in operations management. Okay. Then 14th one of the interesting chapter, marketing management. Okay. Marketing management. In this only, you will study the 4 P's. What are the 4 P's you study in marketing? Where first P is connected to simply what's you are gonna say. You have to increase the quality of that, increasing the features. Very good. Product kila pijina. First P we say product kila. Second one about the price. Okay, what type of price? Interesting chapter. Huh? So there are some product. The way you price for the product is different. Some products, usually the price is very high. Think about our Rolls Royce cars and all. The price is very high. Why? When the price is high, the quality also high. They are reflecting. Some products, the price is very low. Just to enter the market, they are charging a low price. When they enter the market, once they get the customer, the price is increasing. I'll say one good example. Caravan, they introduced a cake name, something called cashew cake. You cannot remember. It was part of trending. Eh? Yes, a cashew cake with chocolate and all. Yeah, fine. So when they entered, they charged 900. People thought, Adi, cake, okay, which is sufficient enough, but it is less than 1000 rupees. It's comparatively cheap. Many bought. The demand was quite high. Now what's the price of that? Is it the same 900? Is it the same 900? No, now but it's almost, I don't know, price. Yeah, it's more than 1000. If I'm not wrong, it's between 1200 to 300. Why they increase the price? Now the customers are attracted. So that is also pricing technique. Some products are there, you'd have seen, where we say psychological pricing. They play a game with your psychology. Example, 99 rupees. You see some products like that, ne? 99, 49. Yes. Why? They are playing a game with your psychology. That is also type of pricing. Okay. Then you'll be studying about pace, how you're going to distribute. Another one is there, you'll be talking about how you're going to promote the product, like advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, which you see in TVs and all, PR. For example, cricket players and all, you see, right? In their jerseys, you can see some brand names, correct? For example, Sri Lanka cricket gaddod, you can say Dialogues name, Manchi, Abans කියලා. බලන්න පුළුවන්ද නැද්ද? Cannot can't. Yes. Yes. අපි කියනවා PR කියලා, public relations, sponsorships. Okay. So those are what you'll be studying in marketing management. One of the interesting chapter. Okay. Then in 15th chapter, you'll be studying about finance management, where you'll be talking about money. Okay. The main topic you'll be studying in this chapter is about stock market. Okay, Colombo stock market. Okay, how the share price increase, how it decreases, how to invest, when to invest, what's the system, how to catch a stockbroker. Okay, what are the features we see? When will the market go up? When will it go down? What are the resources we can invest? Finance management. Okay. Then 16th one, you'll be studying about human resource management. Human resource, you'll be talking about people. Okay, how to manage the employees, how to hire them, how to select them, how to do an interview, how to give training for them, how to set a salary for them, what are the welfare activities we had to do, when there's a fight, how we had to solve it. So those what we'll be studying in unit number 16. Okay, then 17, a chapter which IT fellows loves a lot, information system. Okay, information system. So here we'll be studying about what is IT. What is the information system? There's a lot of information system. What are networks? Okay. What is internet? Basics only. Yeah. What is internet? What is input device, output, process, and all those stuff. Hardware, softwares. Then 18th one, the last one, business plan. Finally, you have to prepare a plan. By studying whatever you have learned, if you're going to start a business, what you need? That is a business plan. So these are the 7 units in grade 13. Is that clear? Correct, Sarah. Perfect. Is that clear? The grade 13. Thing you can see in common. All these 7 units are going with a common word. What is that common word? Hello, man. What's the common word they are going with? No. What's the common word they are going with here? Which word is repeated most of the time? Very good. The word management, right? So we usually say grade 13 talks about management. Grade 13 talks about management. And also, what's the comment you can give? Is it talking about the internal part of the business, external part of the business? Internal, external. Internal management can manage it within your business, right? So here the topic is about internal. You are studying the internal part of the business. Okay, so many hate this one. Grade 13, they hate a lot. I don't know what to say. Okay, so these are the 18 units you have in your business studies syllabus. Clear all the 18 units. Clear enough? Yes. Fine. So say me, which one do you feel an interest on? Grade 12 or grade 13? Based on the intro I gave. Grade 12 or grade 13? Okay, so many are going with grade 12. Fine. How many of y'all guess? Okay, give a guess which is hard, grade 12 or grade 13? Which is very difficult, grade 12 or grade 13? Grade 13, grade 12, grade 13, grade 12, grade 13. Okay, fine. Did you all do the paper? Have you all tried any past papers? Then how you can say grade 13 is hard? I will at least go through each chapter notes. No, right? Then how you can say grade 13 is hard? Jump and die. Which is difficult is, guys, I'll be open. Both are difficult. Grade 12 is also difficult. 13 is also difficult. There is nothing called easy in business studies. That's it. Easy, but don't take it easy. So both are hard. You have to give equal opportunity for both. Both will be tested for 50-50 marks in each exam. So both are difficult. Alright, fine. Quickly draw this, write this a bit. Grade 13 it's go. So just asking who has the highest Z score? Econ or BS? Econ or BS is a subject, right? If you're asking the question who means those are person, right? You just go through the results. Maybe your sisters, brothers, they would have gone through, ne? Yes. Do you all know about our results? What's our class results? No idea? Still, I didn't make the posters. I'll be sharing in the group once it is done. So I'll just give you a small idea on what's the results we got. So done writing this? Very good, Sundar. Done. Done. Okay. If you're not done, please take a screenshot. Huh? So as I said in the last class, we started the class in 24 in 24 batch. So 24 okay. We had only 101 students. I don't know, 50 or whatever. 40 or got A's or something. So 2025 batch. So currently there are 200 odd, but the final count we got was 174. This is the final count we got. So out of this 174, if I'm not wrong, 49%, which means 84 students, they got A's. Then another 25%. Okay, they got B's. Because I don't know what's the count of B's. So if you take W's, unfortunately, no one got a W. So 0%. So in conclusion, our class has 100% pass rate. That means all those 174 has passed our subject. So that's my main victory. Because ranks they will get. Studying fellow will study anyways, right? Okay, that's natural. The main thing you can judge a lecture is whether everyone is passing the exam. Because a lecturer's true potential will come by seeing the weak fellows. If I had made a change in the weak fellows, then I'm a teacher. If right? Okay, so this is not the first time. In 24 batch also we got 100%. This time also with God's grace and my students' hard work, we got 100% again. Okay, so if you all want, I can show the Google form as well. So this is the main thing you have to judge. But this is not enough. This is not enough. So the next thing we have to see is whether we have ranks in our class, because I said an open challenge for you also. I said what's our main motive? Island first is our target. So this time we didn't get Island first. Okay, so Island first also did business studies, but it's a Tamil medium, So if that bug has done English medium, maybe it can be our student. Okay, that's a different story. So if you take ranks, or ranks, I'll take the 3As. So if you take 3As, if I'm not wrong, 24 batch, we had a 22 3As. This time we have 42 3As. Okay. Then ranks gatot. I hope I'm giving the correct ranks. I can remember. So Vaunia, we have district first. Then Kagol, we have district first and district fifth. Then Putlam, we have district third and district ninth. Then in Jaffna, we have district 10th. Then did I miss anything? Kurnagala, we have district third. So these are my top 10 district rankers. Top 10. Okay, but in a Kagol, there are like 14, 30, 40, top 100 Godak in Nava. And if I'm not Kandik, I think the best result was 14th. Then there were another student who got 30, 31. Jaffna, another one was 18th. So there is a lot. Aila Deke got the top 100. We have three students. No, four. One got Island 29. Another one got Island, forgot. Island 51 or something. Another one got Island 66. Another one 57. Okay, I hope these are the numbers. So that's it. Good. I hope I did the correct stat. 66. Yeah. That's his rank. I forgot. Okay. So if there's any other lecturer who has got like this, just show me, because I didn't go through anyone. So this is the ranks we have got, and this is the pass rate and 3As or whatever. So will your badge also do the same? Yes or no? Can you all beat this record? Yeah, where's the confidence? You have to get more than that. Okay, obviously you have to get. It's not easy, it's very difficult, but we'll try. So I did them only revision. Only 8 months I was teaching for them. 8-month revision. We did do a theory also. Within that 8 months, see the amount of outcome we have. So they have done a great job. Definitely they need appreciation. Fine. So what's the other thing I want to say? I forgot. That's it. Thank you. Okay. So guys, next one. So we are done with the content. So don't lose your confidence whether this bugger can teach us, whether he can get through our exam. So don't worry. I also have a rank. My students also have a rank. If you want more, yes, next year we'll produce more, right? Okay, hurry. And now the most important one, 2 years of studies will be tested in a 5-hour paper. 2 years of hard work will be tested in just 5 hours paper. True or not? Yes, Nick? 2 years of complete hard work will be tested in a 5-hour paper. Just think, just before the exam, you're fainting or food poisoning or completely spoiled. Okay, that's a different story. So I don't know whether you can see the paper here. Okay, so paper is not that much visible. I'll show you in the lab because obviously you had to know the paper structure a bit. So paper එක ගත්තොත් I'll take the 2021 paper. I'll just show you all චුටක් බලන්න the structure. I'll share in the group also. When the class is over, just go through. I hope you can see the paper. So this is how you will also get a paper. So part 1 on a different day, part 2 on a different day. Okay, so part 1 will be a 2-hour paper. You will have Balan MCQ, but what's the difference in the MCQ you saw in OLs and what's the MCQ you're going to do in ALs? What's the difference you can see? What's the difference you can see? What's the difference? Very good. Okay, this time you have 5 options. Ne? Options pahak තියෙනවා. You have 5 options. Good or bad? Having 5 options is good or bad? Good or bad? It's very bad. It's worse. Okay, why bad? We'll do a simple max. Usually in novels, you had only 4 options. Ne? Your answer would be any one of the option. Ne? So we'll see the probability of getting the correct answer. 100% divided by 4. That means the probability of getting the correct answer is 25%. Now you have 5 options. That means the probability of getting correct answer now would be only 20%. When the options increase, the percentage, the probability of getting the correct answer reduces. So in ALs, that's a main disadvantage compared to OLs. That's what they say advanced level. Okay. Next one. Yeah, you can see MCQs. Someone said 50. In economics and ICT only you have 50. In business studies, how many MCQs you all have? We'll see. How many MCQs you all have in business studies? You have only 30. Okay. You have only 30. Yeah. Okay, only 30 MCQs. Then you have fill in the blanks. Okay, what do I say? Fill in the blanks, easy or hard? You may think, I use a fill in the blanks. Even in OLs, they didn't give fill in the blanks. ALSK, they are giving fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks is damn hard. That's the most hardest part in your business studies complete paper. Why, Balan? This is fill in the blanks. And the blanks, okay, they won't give the correct answer. You had to write the correct answer. That answer must be from the teacher's guide. If you write any other answers wrong, okay, any other answers wrong. For example, I'll take this MCQ. Okay, based on physical existence, a computer is an example for a student can write physical good. A student can write electronic good. You know what's the answer? The answer should be tangible good. Only if the word tangible is there, you get marks. If not, wrong. They just put wrong and go. So fill in the blanks is a curse in business studies paper. So likewise, you'll have 10 questions. That means you'll have around 4 blanks in each questions. Okay, the worst part. Next, you have short answers. Everyone loves to do this. So short answers, you'll have around 10, where you have to write 4 short answers. So that's your complete part 1 paper. So did you get an idea on what is part 1 paper? Part 1 paper, just got an understanding. Part 1. Yeah, ne? Okay, so I'll write the summary. So I'll take part 1 paper. So if you take the part 1 paper, in part 1 paper, you have MCQs. Okay, you have 50 MCQs, sorry, 30 MCQs. And you have fill in the blanks. You have 10 fill in the blanks. And you have short answers. You have 10 short answers. Altogether, you have 50 questions in total. Okay, so for a question, 2 marks is allocated. That means your part 1 is for 100 marks. Your part 1 is for what? 100 marks. And this 100, they will divide by 2 and take it for 50%. Okay. So that's your part 1 structure. Now we'll see part 2 a bit. Okay, make a part 1 structure. Write paper structure කියලා. Write part 1. So your part 1 paper is for 100 marks. Okay, they will divide by 2 and take it for 50. Like OLs also max වගේ එහෙම තමයි කරන්නේ. So same like that. Done. Are you all done, guys? It's done. With this, done. Yeah, done. Thank you. Hurry. Now we'll move on to part 2 structure. So if you take part two, you all know answer structure writing. Okay, like you'll have scenarios. Okay. So if you take part two, how many questions we have in part two? Give a guess. So part two is divided into two. So they divide as section one and they divide as section two. So section one is from your grade 12 syllabus and the section two is from grade 13 syllabus. So how many questions you have in total? Yeah, you have 8 questions. Okay. So you have 8 questions. That means you have 4 questions from section one and you have 4 questions from section two. And altogether you have 8. But how many questions you had to do? 8 questions, how many questions you had to do? Yeah, you do only 5 questions. Okay. So you had to do only 5 questions. You had to do only 5 questions. Fine. So yeah, 5 questions but the way you select the 5 question is also that is a method. Okay. So usually from section A, section 1, minimum you had to select 2 questions. And from section 2, minimum you have to select 2 questions. And that extra 1 question, either you can select from grade 12 or grade 13. Okay. Or simply I can give a conclusion. Some students take like this. They take 2 from grade 13, sorry, grade 12 and 3 from grade 13. Or they go in the other combo, which is 3 from grade 12 and 2 from grade 13. This is the ratio. This is how the questions are selected by the students. Is that clear? The part 2 structure clear enough? Part 2 structure clear enough? Any doubts in that? Doubts means Kian, I'll explain again. Any doubts in the part 2 structure? Good, Ganza. Okay, can we do extra questions? Yes. You can do extra questions. Just give a guess how many questions I did in my part 2. Okay, I did all the 8 questions, right? You can do extra questions, no worries, but don't have the idea of doing extra questions always. If you're doing extra questions, that shows that you don't have confidence in your answer. That's why you're doing extra. Okay, so solid with 5, but if you have ample time, do the extra questions also. Okay, so usually for part 2, how many hours they allocate? What's the time allocated for part 2? It's not 3 hours, huh? It's 3 hours and 10 minutes. Because after completing section 1, they'll give you a 10-minute break. Okay, after that, you have to come and do section 2. Okay, so 3 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, clear? So if you do no. Faika, if you do extra questions, they will say for which main question you have get highest marks, they will take, for the other question, they'll cut and go. But they have to mark all the questions. Right? So guys, okay with the time name? 3 hours and 10 minutes. Clear? 3 hours. Okay. Okay. Send me a response. Okay, the kid. Yes, others okay? Right. No, part 2 okay, time gattod, they will give you 3 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, some said 3 hours. No, it's 3 hours and 10 minutes. So why this 10 minutes is to get a break. Once you're done with section 1, they'll give you a 10-minute break. And after that, you have to do section 2. Okay, yeah. Clear? Do you all think they will give you breaks? Will they give breaks, 10-minute breaks then or? Why this extra 10 minutes? Why? Dude, if you sit 3 hours and 10 minutes until the time is over, you have to sit. You can't have breaks and all. What is the extra 10 minutes for? Reading time. Okay, that is reading time. After 10 minutes only, they'll give you the answer script to write the answers. So the first 10 minutes for reading. So you'll have 3 hours to write the answer. So that extra 10 is reading time. Did you understand the timing? Yes, Lou. Okay, good. So that's all from part 2. Okay. Then also, guys, there is a small add-on. Part 1, I think I didn't write the time. Part 1, okay, you have only 2 hours. Okay, it's a 2-hour paper, which is very important. Part 1 or part 2, which can decide you to go for an A or for a good Z score or for rank. Part 1 or part 2? Part 1 or part 2, which is crucial. Both it's, it's not both this time. Okay, guys, any paper if you take, not only business studies, accounting, ICT, economics, even in your OL, the most important part in any paper is part 1. Part 1 only decides whether you're going to land in a rank or an A. Part 2, yes, with that you can get a C or a S or a B, but to get a high score, part 1 is crucial. Okay, so please focus more on part 1. Business studies, part 2 is nothing, but part 1 is difficult. Okay, because that's the place where students lose a lot of marks. Okay, fine. So clear, ne? Done with the structure, ne? All good? And there's another question: which subject has a high Z score? This time, the subject which had the highest Z score was ICT. The second was BS. Third, econ. Fourth, accounting. So we were at fourth last year. Today we are the second, BS. Okay, I'm not saying the fault up. You can just see. So BS has a high Z score this time. Even the top 2 island first, they took ICT and BS. Okay, what did I say in the last class? Definitely for business studies, Z score will increase. Q wasn't at them. Okay, I said maybe the examiner heard that. This time you can see. Okay, fine. Yeah, done. Ne? Fine. So guys, now we'll start the theory. Yeah, अभी theory का start करेंगे. Right. Are you all with me? Send me an emoji. Are you all with me? Send me an emoji. So just to check whether you are alive, Kila. Okay. Send me an emoji. Yes. Others. Just to check whether you are alive. 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 Okay. Hurry, hurry, hurry. All good. All good. Now we'll start the theory, guys. Okay. So we can go in a smooth manner because many are there. They will join until the results are released. So we can go smoothly. So no need to rush or anything. Some lecturers maybe they'll complete unit 1 in 1 month. We take fine. We have 2 years, right? We'll go in a proper flow. Okay. So unit 1, background of business. Say me some businesses you all know. Just say me some random businesses you all know. Random businesses චුට්ටක් කියන්න මට. Random businesses මට චුට්ටක් කියන්න. Small scale business. TFS. Okay, fine. Mercedes. Okay, good. Textile business. Okay. Then Zumra. Then any advanced doing business studies, say me a business. A vehicle, tuition. Tuition is a business, okay. Food business, okay. So what is a business? Where people are working, where people are going and buying those goods, they are doing production, money is rotating. So we are going to study, the practical aspect, but we are going to study the theory behind that, the logic behind that, to give a proper definition for that. Okay, so that's what you'll be learning in chapter number 1. So in any chapter, before I start, what I used to do is, I always say the weightage of that chapter. How much it will cost in your final exam. Okay, so this chapter would cost you around, I'll write the breakout. MCQ, it will be tested for like 2 marks, and fill in the blanks, they will test for like 1 marks. So in average, in part 1, it will be tested for like 3 marks. Okay, so make it my part 1. So if you take your part 2, in part 2, question number 1 from Roman number 1 to Roman number 4, you will have this question, chapter number 1. Okay, so this is your part 1 paper, and this is your part 2 paper. Okay, so here in average, they can test for around, we'll say, 5 to 6%. So altogether, this chapter would cost you like 8 to 9% in your final paper. That's the weightage of this chapter. Okay, then yes, may weightage එක චුට්ටක් ලියන්න. Write this weightage a bit. 8 out of 9. I didn't say the main part. Guys, wait. Are part 2, okay, I didn't see the marks allocation, right? Okay. So usually 5 questions, right? For 5 questions, for one question, they'll give you 20 marks. They'll give you 20 marks. So altogether, you'll get 100 marks in part 2. 100 marks in part 2. So this 100, they will divide into 2 and make it for 50. So in conclusion, part 1, 50 marks. Part 2, 50 marks. Altogether, you'll get 100 marks. Okay. So that's the mark structure in BS. Okay. So both papers are for 100 only, but the final they'll divide by 2 and only they'll take. Okay. So make a chuttak note karagana and I'll show you the part 2 paper. Hold on. So this is how your part 2 paper would be. Okay. So here you can see. Use the additional reading time to go through the question paper. You can see 3 hours and 10 minutes. Ne? Okay. Then these are the questions. So usually part 1, section 1. Then you have section 2. Okay. So part 1 there are 5 questions. You can see 1 to 5, sorry, 1 to 4. So one main question has 5 sub questions. Roman number, balanna. There are 5 Roman numbers. Each Roman number will have 2 sub questions, which is for like 2 marks. Or some Roman numbers will have only 1 question for 4 marks. Okay. So altogether, one question would cost you like 20 marks in your final paper. Okay. You can see here. Some questions they give you like a case study, but usually question number 1 they give a case study scenario එකක් දෙනවා. Based on this scenario only you have to answer this. But other questions are not no scenarios, direct questions තමයි හරි. Then section 2 also same බලන්න. 5 Roman number you have. Okay, then you have 2 subsections. Some question don't have a subsection, directly 4 mark answer. Okay, so that's your part 2 structure. Part 2 structure. Okay, so there is a way, there is a way to write answers for part 2. Like describe, briefly explain, state, name, mention, kela, there is a structure to write. Part 1 also, there are some techniques you have to use when writing the paper. Okay. So the weightage, so this is the weightage. Okay, then as I said, it will be tested in question number 1 from Roman number 1 to Roman number 5. And usually, it will be tested as a case study. This unit, they will test you as a what case study. For example, Amali is running a yogurt business. She has obtained a degree from this university. She has hired one of her friend as the manager who has a degree in this. So they are planning to open an outlet near to a school. So case study. So what is strength? What is opportunity? Who is Amali? Who is the owner? Okay. What is business? What are they producing? Good or service? What are they fulfilling? Need or want? So the first chapter is tested as case study question most of the time. Okay, fine. Then what I want to say, yes, the content, the subcategories, the subtopics. So the subtopics in this chapter. So done writing with this. Make a harida. Done writing with this, guys. Kine? Others? Yes, done. Okay, Hari. So in the other part, what you have is the subtopics. So please, for every chapter, please go through the subtopic. That is very crucial. Okay. The first subtopic you have is the concept of business. Okay, the concepts of business. That's the first subtopic. In the second, you have is the evolution of business. Evolution and the trend. Okay. Then thirdly, you have business classification, like agriculture business, the service business. Okay, here classify classification. Then fourth subtopic you have is the business process, like input, output, the process of a business. Then fifth one you have stakeholders, the interested parties in a business. Who is an owner, why they have an interest, who is a customer, why they have interest. And sixth you have business environment. Sixth we have business environment. Okay. So these are the 6 subtopics in that chapter. Right? Write that also. So beginning of every chapter, I'll say how much of weightage in that chapter. In part 1, how they will test. Part 2, what type of question they can ask you all. And the subtopics of that unit. do we have textbooks? I'll come for that point someone next. Okay, wait. Others done? Others done? Shall I move on to the next part? Yeah. Okay. So ALZK, you don't have a textbook name, but I said you something. Even though there is no textbook for the students, for the teachers, they have something. Why did I say? It was intro session again. Very good. There's something called the teacher's guide. Okay, listen. This is very important. If you're doing business studies, please listen. That's my main purpose also, because if you don't understand this concept, if you don't follow that concept, even if you are running a multi-millionaire company, you can't pass the exam. Okay. So business studies, okay, there is something called teacher's guide. There is something called what? Teacher's guide. So maker, it's better if you can have this teacher's guide. So you can purchase this in the publication, okay, the government publication, or don't buy. Don't take a print also. I'll send you the soft copy. Just keep it. Why I'm saying you this is, even my tute is made from the teacher's guide. But teacher's guide, it's not textbook. So from teacher's guide only, 50% of the notes can be studied. Okay, by studying only the teacher's guide, you can't pass your exam. It's impossible because it's a guide. It will explain for a teacher how to explain. So it's very difficult for a student to understand that. So, but when we prepare notes, we used to follow the teacher's guide only, prepare notes. And all the definitions which I gave is from the teacher's guide. But the advantage, the importance, the examples is not mentioned in the teacher's guide. We, as a lecturer, we only had to give you. And in your final exam, business studies, they can ask some extra question. That is not in teacher's guide. As a lecturer, it's our responsibility to give you. Okay, so teacher's guide gives only like 50% of the content. The remaining, you have to get from the tuition classes or maybe from your school. The remaining 50%. And by studying a teacher's guide, you can't do the exam. Why? There is no way how to practice for exam. The question structures, part 1 techniques, MCQ techniques, you can't learn that through the teacher's guide. OLCK you can do. OLCK, if you study the history textbook, you just go and write the answer. But here you can't do that. Even though you are perfect with the teacher's guide, there is a way to write answers in your final exam. Part 1 and part 2. Techniques, good you can't get to teacher's guide. That is from the tuition classes. Okay. So it's better if you get a print of the teacher's guide or keep a soft copy, whatever. But once the class is over, I'll share you the paper, a prototype past paper, and I'll share you the teacher's guide. But remind I'll forget. Okay, so you can just read that and keep free. So please, whether you are joining with me or any other lecturers, check whether the definitions which are given in their tube is from the teacher's guide. Because your final mark, I think practically. Board, the exam board is only one, but there are thousands of tuition classes. So do you think all the tuition sirs are giving the same definition? No, they are giving different definition. But in the final exam marking panel, the teacher doesn't know whether you went for Hanam sir's class or any other sir's class. They know only one thing, whether the student's answer is from the teacher's guide. They don't see my tutor or anyone's tutor. They will see whether the answer which the student has written is from the teacher's guide or not. Okay, so Ekata, I had to teach you all how the definitions are being recorded or tested in teacher's guide. So please see whether the notes which you are following is completely aligning to teacher's guide. If not, no use. Even though you can write, you know the answer, what is business? You can write your own answer, but you won't get marks. The final paper marker will see whether your answer is from the teacher's guide. So my tute, I prepare from the teacher's guide. From that only, I take the definitions. Examples, my own thoughts. Okay. So is that clear? For those who are doing it a textbook, what about teacher's guide? Are not clear though? So for business studies, please take a teacher's guide, print out a soft copy clear the clear, right? Hello, clear? Yeah, man. Clear, right? Okay. Next. So now come for the unit. So we had a small idea on what is this unit, the chapter depth and all those stuff. Now, background of business. What is a business? You all said me some answers. Make it my business scale up. Fine, whatever. Now we'll see the definition of business. See the tube. A business means, okay, in the tutor have given a business means. When you memorize definition, don't memorize as sentence. That's the biggest mistake you do. Because even I hate to memorize a definition through sentence. What is the best way to memorize a definition? This is the AL technique. Technique number 1. What's the best way to memorize a definition? Make songs. What's the best way? Think. I have given in the tutor also. A business means scalar. Very good. Point form. Okay. Memorize the definition in a point form. Memorize, because point form, it is easy for you to memorize. The first point is this, second point, third point. It's easy. But when writing in the exam, can you write a definition in point form? Can you write the definitions in point? No. You have to write a sentence. To write a sentence, you have to know the definitions. How to memorize karna got point form. Or someone said keywords, correct. Point form. Then when writing the answer, you have to write a sentence. Okay. So the question is, what is business? Fine. So we'll take a business. Monada may business here. 9 o'clock. At this time, if we have a bucket of this pattern, what is this business? KFC. Okay. So KFC. And don't bring religion, man. KFC. Now we are gonna prove that KFC is a business. Do you all agree KFC is a business? Do you all agree KFC is a business scale? Yes, no. Yes, we all agree, right? Now we are gonna prove that KFC is running a business. How? Ask 3 questions. The 3 questions is what, how, why. What, how, why. So, what is a business means? A business means any business had to produce a good or a service. What do you all say? Does KFC produce a good or a service? Yes or no? The first thing a business should do is they had to produce a good or a service. Yes or no? Yes, they are producing, right? Okay. So, what are they producing? Simple. They are producing chickens. Chickens is a good. Yes. First question, do they produce good or a service? Yes, they are producing chicken. So first question answer. The second question you have to ask is, how they are producing them? How? Okay. For that answer is an economic activity. Fine. So any business, yes, they produce goods and services. But to produce goods and services, they had to do an activity called economic activity. What is this economic activity? Simple. Singing is an activity, sleeping is an activity, running is an activity, walking is an activity. Okay, eating is also an activity. But for an activity to be economic activity, it had to fulfill 3 main things. Okay, first one, production. Okay, if an activity is engaging in production, for that we say economic activity. Fine. Does KFC engage in production? Production means simple. You convert an input into output. Yes. Does KFC does production? Do they convert an input into output? Yes. Think KFC, they take these chickens, fresh chickens. Okay, they clean it, add some spices and all those stuff, and they make it fried. Yes, they are converting an input into output. They are doing a production. Second one is distribution. Distribution means, guys, selling. Do KFC sell this chicken to the customers? Do they sell these chickens, fried chickens to the customers? Or they just keep in the shelf, everyone who wants come and take? No, they sell, right? Distribution. Last one, the customers who get that, they had to consume it. So if you buy a KFC chicken, do you come and keep in your showcase or do you eat it? We eat, right? Okay, we consume it. If any activity is doing all these stuff, but producing, production, distribution, which means selling, and consumption, for those activity we say economic activity. So does KFC does an economic activity? Yes or no? What's the answer? Does KFC does that economic activity? So for producing goods and services, we said yes, they are producing chickens. Are they engaging in economic activity? Yes, they are doing all those 3. The final one, Why they had to do this stuff? Why they had to produce a good or a service? Why they had to engage in this economic activity? Because then only they can fulfill a human need or a want. So say me, does KFC fulfills the needs or a want of you? Are they fulfilling a need or a want of you? Yes or no? Yes. If it is yes, what's the need they are fulfilling for you all? What's the need they are fulfilling for you all? What's the need? Simple. Food. Okay. Now you got an idea. What is a business? Business means they had to produce a good or a service. How? Through an economic activity. Why? To fulfill human needs and wants. So since KFC is fulfilling all these answers, we say KFC is a business. Is that clear? The definition of business. Yeah. Anyway, it's a business. Amma, whether service or good or whatever, they are doing a business. Okay? Good. Clear. Now go for the tute. Tute ekada yanna. Go for the tute. Okay, tute එක first point එක ලියන්න. A business means first point write down. First point. An economic activity. First point write down an economic activity. An economic activity. Second point ලියන්න. Second point write down. Produces goods and services. Second point write down. Produces goods and services. Second point write down. Produces goods and services. Okay. Produces goods and services. Third one ලියන්න. Third one write down. Fulfill human needs and wants. Third one ලියන්න. Fulfill human needs and wants. Third one write down. Fulfill human needs and wants. Done? Done with the definition? Row the 3 points. Yes. Okay, good, fine. But in your exam, you can't write in point form. Now, all these points will be converting into sentence. Okay. So the definition, you can see an arrow, and I have included a box. A box will write as a sentence. Ekatama, you have to write in your final answer, final exam again. So Liana, so since it's the first time, I'll write the answer for you all. Okay. So you have to write all those 3 point mix karla, make a sentence. An economic activity which includes production, distribution, and consumption to fulfill human needs and wants by producing goods and services. By producing goods and services. So see, an economic activity, the first keyword. Fulfilling human needs and wants, second keyword. Producing goods and services, third keyword. Yeah, අර box එකේ ලියන්න answer. Yeah. 5 yes, අර box එකේ ලියන්න. Perfect, Aman. Correct. You can write like that. Okay. So don't think, sir, do we need to memorize the what the other the same thing which I have written? No. Okay, you can write in any order, but the examiner will check whether I have underlined some words. If those words are there in your definition, only if those words are there in your definition, you get marks. Why? Because these words are only in your teacher's guide also. Only if these keywords are there in your answer, they'll give marks. Our consumption distribution includes එක change වෙන්න පුළුවන්. But if these keywords are missing, no marks. Okay? Very stingy about giving the bigger box. Okay, fine, man. තමයි ඩාම් වෙනවා, ඩූම් වෙනවානේ. Done? Come on. Guys, done? Yes. Hari. So business definition, we are done. Okay, business definition done. Any business, go and ask these three questions. If they are fulfilling these three questions, it's a business. Okay. Others done that. Shall we move on then? Yep. Okay, Hari. Now we'll move on to the next part. Fine. Now, what do we have next? Okay, McDonald's. Fine. So McDonald's in Sri Lanka, it is an utter failure. It failed. Okay. What's the reason? Yes, the product is of not got good quality and all those stuff are the main reason. But guys, what I want to say is, if you take a building, so see, we'll say this is a building here, this is the land surface you have. Which is the most important part of a building? It is the most important part. The roof, the netang, the floors, the top part, which is the most important part of a building. Very good. The most important part of any construction is simply the foundation. Okay. So simply the foundation. For any organization, any company or any buildings, the most important component is foundation. If the foundation is not strong, we say basement here. If the foundation is not strong, there is no point of having a building. A small earthquake or a small shake is enough to make that building completely destroyed. So a foundation should be strong. Likewise, in a business, what is the foundation? What is the foundation of a business? Only if that is strong, the business is successful. If not, it's an utter failure. Even though you have fancy product, okay, good pricing, fancy look, if you don't have that foundation, you are a utter failure business. Okay, I'll give a small hint. This foundation of a business is a stakeholder. He's a party connected to a business. He's an individual. He's a person. What can you say? Good, Madhi. What can you say? Think in a business, who is the most important stakeholder, the foundation? Yes, customer. Today I'm doing a session for you all. If there's no one in the class, can I say I'm a successful business? For a business, the foundation is the customer. If there's no customer in that business, that means it's a completely failed business. Okay. So Leander, the point, second point, write down, write a bullet point, take up. Foundation of a business, foundation of a business, foundation of a business is the customers. Foundation of a business is the customers. Full stop, continue. A business is successful. A business is successful only when they have, a business is successful. A business is successful only when they have, only when they have large amount of customers. Only when they have large amount of customers. So why McDonald's failed? One reason is there is no customers. Many people didn't prefer McDonald's. Their demand was decreasing. So the foundation was becoming very weak. So the only option they have is quality also low. They had to close the business and go away. Okay. So is that clear? The foundation of a business stayed or not? The foundation of a business understood? The foundation of any business is the customers. Clear, right? Others clear? Good. The next one, I have given you a sentence, like a fill in the blank. The existence of a business would depend on, underline the word existence. That's a good question. The existence of a business would depend on. Okay, existence means, guys, if your business wants to be in the market for a long time, your business had to do something. Only if they do that, they can be in the market for a long time. What they had to do? Okay, I'll take a simple question answer, or maybe take an example. Think about Nokia. Is Nokia successful today? Is Nokia successful today? What do you all say? The brand which completely changed the mobile phone industry. No, Nokia is an utter failure. But before like 10 years, was it successful? Or maybe before 15 years, was it successful? What do you all say? Yes or no? Yes. Before 15 years, it was successful. Today, it's a failure. What's the reason? You all say me, what's the reason? Why they are a complete failed business today? What may be the reason? Very good, Zumbra. What's the reason? What may be the reason? Because Nokia didn't do something. Because of that only they failed. What happened? Not much improvement. Okay, it is not meeting the consumer's expectation. Perfect. Our wants have changed. Good. Okay, simple guys. Okay, the simple concept is why Nokia failed is now our wants and needs are different. Nokia, they were always into these button phones. They were always into these button phones. Something. But people wanted, we wanted a smartphone. We want something which is in a touchable screen where we can touch instead of typing. So you can see our wants are changing, right? Our needs are changing. We wanted a phone which we can touch, but Nokia was still producing a button phone. They didn't do that change. So why Nokia failed is because they didn't fulfill our expectations. They didn't fulfill our need or a want. For example, will you go and buy a Nokia phone now, a button phone? Will you go and buy a Nokia phone now, a button phone, Ekak? Yes or no? We don't buy. Why? Because that's not our need. That's not our want. So why Nokia failed? Because they didn't fulfill the needs and wants of the customers. What's the needs and wants of the customers? Smartphone, but they are producing button phone. So since they didn't fulfill the needs and wants of customers, they failed in the market. But think about iPhone. Every year they are making updates. Why? Because people's wants are changing. One problem they had this, they understood in iPhone, people wanted this are a C-type charger. But today in iPhones, do we have C-type port? Yes or no? Earlier we had to use this lightning cable name. Today, can't we use this C-type chargers? I hope at least you would use an iPhone. Yeah, man. Okay. So we have why iPhone is being continuous change. Think about Samsung. Samsung again nowadays you have this foldable one also, right? And a zip fold or something. Is that series? Yes or no? You know, but they are making continuous improvement. Are they successful today? Are they success or fail? They are completely success, right? So if a business wants to be in the market for a long time, simply what they had to do is they had to fulfill, they had to fulfill the needs and wants of the customers. They had to fulfill what? Needs and wants of the customers. I'll take another example. When you were a small kid, when you watch these movies, usually these Hollywood movies, at the beginning you see some animations of some companies like there's a tone. I'll see the tone. You say what's that organization? Tan 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 tan. What's that organization? Usually when you see cartoons and all when you were young, not Universal man, not Warner Bros. No, no, not that. Something like Century or something. Finally, 20th maybe, huh? 21st century, correct? 21st century films, shooting Martin. No, no, not ISIS. 21st century. So that's a production company. We had 21st century. As you all said, we have Warner Bros. So there's a lot of organizations. But today, they are market blockbuster. That's a main organization which produces movie. But today, their market is out. They have closed. 21st century closed. Okay, because it is bought by Disney. Why? Why? Because today the complete business, the complete production of these films is done by another company. That company is famous in these online platforms. All the movies they publish in online, no theaters. What's that organization? This is their symbol. That's it. Netflix. Now you can see that many web series, many movies are produced by Netflix, right? So now Netflix is the one who is taking over the market. Why did Blockbuster fail? Why 21st century failed? Because they didn't understand the customer's needs and wants. Our needs and wants are changing. What's our needs and wants? We want to go in the online platform nowadays. Nowadays, many people don't go for theaters. Our needs and wants are changing, but those buggers were going in the traditional way. So they failed today. But Netflix, why they're successful? Because they understood customers' needs and wants are this online platform. So they are doing the production in that way. Okay. So for a business to be in the market for a long time, they had to fulfill a need or a want. Is that clear? Is that clear? The existence. Clear? That's good. Okay, Hari. Now write the answer for that. The existence of all businesses would depend on Liana fulfilling needs and wants. Write the answer for that blank. Fulfilling needs and wants. Fulfilling needs and wants. Therefore, business make a value addition to the resources to satisfy the needs and wants of the customer. That's what I said. iPhone, every year they are making some value addition. They are adding some features. So only because guys, if iPhone is the same, okay, if the same smartphone which they introduced in iPhone 7, if it is the same now, people want iPhone can go down. But every year they're adding features, right? So only when you make value addition, customers will be satisfied. Because today, this year, we are getting iPhone 18. Do you think iPhone 18 will have more features compared to iPhone 17? Yes or no? Yes or no? Obviously, yes. Suppose if they don't have those extra features, will customers buy? Will customers buy? No. Then iPhone can go down. The Apple company can go down. So if they want to be in the market, they have to produce something extra. Take the value addition. So underline the word value addition. Underline the word value addition, guys. Use a color pen. Okay. Use some color pens. Please use an highlighter, sticky notes. Okay. So make your book attractive. All right. Next. So guys, up to now, is that clear? The business definition we went through, the foundation of the business also, then the existence of the business. All three clear enough? Yes. Yes, right? Others? Clear. Okay, good. Now, the last point. The globally, most of the business functions with the blank motive. So many business, with what motive they do the business? What's the main motive of many businesses today? What's their motive? What's their motive? Profit motive. Ne? Okay, so lianna profit motive කියලා. Right? Profit motive. And some other businesses are into blank motive also. Profit name. There are some other businesses, they don't run on profit. They have a different motive. What is that motive? Very good. Non-profit. Non-profit. Think about religious institutions. Think about clubs and societies. Think about corporate. Think about government businesses, hospitals, schools. Okay. So they run on non-profit motive. Or you can say another word for that, social welfare motive. Social welfare motive. Okay. Social welfare. For the second one, කියන්නේ අර existence ද? What the second blank ද? Safia? Ayo. Second, I didn't get your question. You're asking at a fourth point, take it. The last point, take it. The second blank answer. Existence is there. Fulfill needs and wants. Fulfill needs and wants. Okay. Harry. Now we'll move on to the second topic. Okay. The second topic is very important. Do you all need a break? No, right? You're active, ne? Yes, no, yes. You all need to pick others. Say, will you? Yes. Active, right? Can hold for another 30 minutes, right? They are active, it seems. Okay, Harry. The next topic you have is two main functions of business. Careful, careful. එක චුට්ටක් බලන්න. Okay, බලන්න. Two main functions of business. That's a topic in your teacher's guide. But in your exam, they have tested in different topics. Students are confused. Sir, we studied only two main functions. In the exam, they're asking co-activities, sir. Simple. The same answers, but they have asked in a different way. Two main functions, or we say activities, two main activities of a business, or we say co-activities of a business. Careful. Near to that, within bracket, liyanna, important activities. Important activities. Or we can say another word, must. We can say another word, but must කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. So any business, if you take, they had to do these two main activities. Only if they do these two activities, they are business. If not, they are not a business at all. Okay. So fine. What's the first activity they had to do? The first activity they had to do is, any business, if you take, they had to fulfill the needs and wants of customers. If they don't fulfill a need or a want, it's not a business at all. Okay. So first bullet point එකේ ලියන්න. First bullet point එකේ ලියන්න. Fulfilling needs and wants. Sara ඒක second point විදියට ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. First bullet point write down fulfilling needs and wants. So any business, they had to fulfill a need or a want. If they don't fulfill a need or a want, it's not a business. Okay, fine. So see, every business sells a particular good or a service to fulfill needs and wants. Okay, we'll write some example. So I'll say some businesses. You all say me, what's the need or a want they are fulfilling? Okay, lecturing. What's the need or a want I'm fulfilling here? Lecturing, teaching. What's the need or a want? Very good. I am fulfilling the need, which is education, right? Okay. So if you take IPL, which is nowadays trending, which is a cricket match, what's the need they are fulfilling? Very good, Safia. Very good, Madi. Very good, Sama. Others? Very good, Sarah. Okay. So they are fulfilling the need of entertainment. They are fulfilling the need of what? Entertainment. Good. It's like dialogue. Yes, that's also business. So what's the need they are fulfilling? Very good. They are fulfilling the need of communication. So Balana, if you take any business in this world, any business is fulfilling a need or a want. Okay? Correct. Next, second one. So need or a want, Harry. So me examples, Lian. Write these examples a bit. You are a dialogue customer. Yes, I am. Come on. Is done? Is others done? Yeah. Okay, good. Harry. Now, next one. The second activity. So you can say any business must fulfill a need or want. That's a must activity. The second most important activity any business must do is, we say, අපි කියනවා value addition කියලා. Any business had to do a value addition. Any business. Am I adding value for you all? Yes or no? Am I? You all said, sir, you are fulfilling a need, which is teaching, sir, which is education. Okay, fine. Am I doing a value addition for you all? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, right. I am adding a value for you all, right? So what's the value? I am adding some knowledge for you all. Okay, before joining maybe these two sessions, you didn't have this much of knowledge. Now you can see an extra knowledge for you, right? So I am adding a value. So any business, if you take, they are adding a value for you. For example, you are going for a, you may think, sir, grocery store uncle, how is adding a value? Is simple. You go for a shop. Okay, in that grocery, you are buying, we'll say, a tippy tip, simple tip tip. So when he is selling that tippy tip, definitely he'll be setting a profit margin. Maybe that bugger would have bought it for, we'll say, 50 rupees and he's selling it for 100 rupees for you. So he's adding a value there. His value means simply like a profit. He's adding something for the product you are getting there. So that is value addition. So now you can see, sir, we are confused. You say when we join your class, you are adding knowledge for us. Or a grocery uncle, if you take, sir, you said he's adding a profit. So what is this value addition? Simple. It can have three definitions. Value addition can have three definitions. Okay. So those three definitions I'll explain through the table which I have given. So see, I have given you some businesses. See in the table, how many businesses I have given you? In the first column, you have business. How many businesses I have given you? How many business? How many? Four, right? Okay, four businesses, right? One is the paddy owner. Okay, one is the paddy owner. The other one you have is the paddy factory owner, the factory owner. The second you have is the wholesaler, the rice wholesaler. And thirdly, you have is the retailer. Retailer can the grocery stores. Fine. So I've given you 4 business name. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these 4 businesses are doing value addition. How? Fine. Again, the other column I have given your output and input. Okay. So if we take a paddy owner, okay, a paddy owner, so he has paddy field. Okay, he has a paddy field. So from that paddy field, he will take all the grains. From that paddy field, he will get all the paddy. That means simply the grains. So usually, is he buying those grains? No. From his own paddy field, he's getting simply is getting the harvest. So for him, the input is 0. There is no input cost for him because he didn't buy those paddies, right? Fine. But when he gets these paddies, he will be selling that paddy to the factory owner, to the rice mill owner. So when he is selling for the rice mill owner, do you think he will charge a price for that? Yes or no? Will he charge a price for that? Yes or no? He has the grains now. All those grains he will be giving for the rice mill owner. The factory is he will be charging a price. So maybe we'll say he's charging how much I have given? Okay, 15,000 rupees. 15,000 rupees. So for him, there is nothing, no cost, but he is selling those harvests for 15,000. Why this 15,000? Because guys, he had added a value for that. Okay, just grains, just paddy. He had given his efforts, his energy, and every stuff, and he has taken the harvest out. So he's adding a value for that. Fine. Now the paddy factory owner bought this paddy. So what's his input price? Now think you're the paddy factory owner. What's your input price now? What's your input value? What's your 15,000. So this burger's output is the input, right? So for him, the input is 15,000. So what will paddy factory owner does? The mill owner, he will take those grains, okay, he will separate it, he will put into this mill, the machine, and he'll simply take the rice out. The rice. So he will sell those rice to a wholesaler. Do you think he will sell at 15,000? No, he will sell at a more price. Then maybe we will say he's selling at what price? 45,000. He's selling at 45,000. Why? Because here the paddy owner added 15,000 value addition. Here, why did he charge extra 30,000? Because guys, see the effort he has given. He has taken the grain, separated it, cleaned it, milled the machine. So he's giving some extra effort. He's adding some value for that. So those grains are converted into rice simply. So he's adding a value. How much of value he has added? 30,000. 30,000. Now, wholesaler is going to buy the paddy from the rice mill owner. So what's the input value of the wholesaler? What's the input value of the wholesaler? 45,000, right? Okay, so this 45,000. Now, wholesaler will sell this right to the retailers. So when selling, he had to store it, he had to take the insurance, he had to have a lorry to go and transport it, he had to pack it in a sack bag. So he's also adding some value for that, right? So he's selling those for 60,000. He's selling that for 60,000. So simply he's adding a value of 15,000 to this rice. Now, these retailers will buy this for 60,000 and they will sell it for you. Okay. So they are selling, for example, 70,000. For the sellers, for the final consumers like you and me, they are selling for 70,000. So that means they are adding a value of 10,000 here. Why? Because they are keeping at their grocery in the sack bags, they have to store it, maintain it. So they are adding a value of 10,000 there. They are adding a value of 10,000. Can you see? Every business is adding a value for the resources, for the inputs they are getting. Yes or no? Can you see something here? Every 4 businesses we learn, every business is adding something, right? Adding a value for the product. ඒක තමයි අපි කියනවා value addition කියලා. Now there are 3 interpretations for that. So the first one, changing the nature of the input or resources used in the business. So for value addition, there are 3 definitions. What's first one, sir? Changing the nature of the inputs. I didn't understand. Simple. Think about the paddy owner. What's the input he had? The paddy field. What's the output he has? The grains. So the paddy field's nature, their structure is changed into grains. Think about paddy factory owner. he had as input, he had the grains. Now those grains are converted into rice. So simply the input, the nature of input is converted into a different thing. Think about a bake. The flour is converted into a, so inputs nature is completely changed. Make clear that the first definition. Whatever the inputs the business use, when they are producing finally, it will be completely changed. Clear that? Now you join my class. That's the input. After 2 years, when you leave me, the knowledge you'll have in business studies is completely different. So we have made a change in you. Clear the first definition? Yes? Others clear the first definition? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. And the second definition they are saying, Balanna, value increment at each stage of production. So for businesses, it went through a proper stage. This is the stage 1, make a stage 2, make a stage 3, and stage 4. Balanna, at each stage, we are adding value. At each stage, we are adding value. So what's the total value addition? As a total value addition, you add all these three. So the total value addition is, if I'm not wrong, 45,000. 45,000, 45,000. Sorry, 70,000. I'm a business studies lecturer, so I can make mistakes in account. Yeah. Right. So it's no, not I'm not sleepy man. Okay. So it's 70,000. No, I was taking these two values. Okay. Hi. So 70,000. So Malanna, at each stage they have added a value. So what is value addition? Value addition means at each stage of production you add a value to the product. The second one. Third one is easy. Simply, I'll ask you a question. Accounting. Use the accounting knowledge. What is these differences? Yeah, make a value addition, Tamai, but you can say another word for these ones. Think retailer is buying for 60 rupees and he's selling for 70 rupees. What is that extra 10,000 he has? What's that? Think cost. Okay, so this is your cost. Make a Tamai cost taker, and this is the selling price. So you know the selling price minus your cost is equal to very good the profit. So value addition means simply your profit. Okay, so see difference between the input and the output. ඒකත් අපි කියනවා value addition. So there are 3 definitions for value addition. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, maybe for the class to teach you all, we'll say the tutor is like 500 or something. Tutor is 500, but I am charging your class fee of, we'll say 1,000 rupees. Why so you're charging extra 500? Cost is 500, sir. Why are you charging extra 500? That's the value you are getting from me. My knowledge, my time, my expertise. ඒක තමයි value addition I'm giving for you all. Okay? Value of inputs. Correct, buddy. Okay, guys, all up to now clear? All clear enough? Yes. All clear? Clear, right? All good. Fine. Send me an emoji to see whether you are active or not. We'll see your activeness. Yeah. Thumbs up, right? Okay, good. Now there's a question. MCQ. Write an answer for that. Send me the answer. Answer මට එවන්න ඕනේ. Send me the answer number. We'll see who is smart. There's a first MCQ. Don't flop it out. Good, Safia. So one student got it correct. Good, Madhi. Correct. What's the question? That's a question in the tube. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sayara, you're correct. Zumra, correct. Good. Others? Amna, check. Nabil, correct. Say the answer number. MCQ number එක මට කියන්න. Others? Give a try. Okay, yeah, correct. Good. Okay, so see the question. Amna now correct. Good. So I didn't receive the tweet. Fahad, your name was there in the Google form link. Okay, so inshallah by Monday, you'll get I sent the tute, ne? The soft copy. At least you would have taken a printout, right? Okay, Bala. Another question is an organization that seeks to earn profits by providing goods and services. Underline organization, kanza correct. Good. Underline profits, underline goods and services. So they are saying any organization which is producing a good or a service to earn a profit. What is the most suitable term for the above state? First one, private company. Does private company produce goods and services for profit? Yes or no? Does private company produce goods and services to earn a profit? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Private company, yes, they produce goods and services to earn a profit. That's what we say private Kela. So first one is correct. First one is correct. But you also say third one as the answer. Second one, partnership. Do partnership business also produce goods and services to earn a profit? Yes or no? Maybe think about a grocery. There are two brothers, they are running the grocery. Pereira and Sons Ganna. Do they produce a good or a service to earn a profit? Yes or no? Yes or no? In Pereira Sons, do they give cakes for free? When your birthday, can you go and take a cake and come? No. You have to pay something, they are earning a profit. So second one is also correct. Second one is also correct. Third one, business. Does business means an organization which is producing goods and service to earn a profit? Yes or no? Business means an organization which is producing good or a service to earn a profit. Yes or no? Is that true? Yeah, that is also true. Third one is also correct. Fourth one, cooperation. Cooperation means like, for example, you take Ceylon Electricity Board. So do they provide these goods and service to earn a profit? Yes or no? Okay, that is also correct. Fifth one, public company. Public company means like Dialogue. It's a PLC. Do they produce goods and service to earn a profit? Yes or no? Or are they giving you data for free? All right, they also have a profit motive. All four correct. So is the question wrong? Is the question all four correct? All five, sorry. Is the question wrong? Fame and don't get scared. Is the question wrong? Careful. In ALs, you have a main thing. Some MCQs can have more than one answer. So at that time, what you have to do, you have to skip that question and go for the next one because that question is wrong. skip So that means in that situation, you have to select the most suitable answer. Because in your MCQ paper itself, they'll say select the correct or most appropriate answer. So say me, out of all these five, which is the most suitable answer? So yeah, private company, corporation, public company, partnership, all falls under one main topic, business. Okay, so answer is the third one because third one is the best out of all those five. Is that clear? How I found the answer, Kiela? Clear? Did you all underline the answer? Underline kara the business එක. Did you all underline? Yes. If you underline, you won't get marks. Sorry, yeah. Or you can't underline in the MCQs. And now what to do, sir? Will they give you MCQ sheet? No. Business studies, you don't get MCQ sheets. Economics, you get. ICT, you get. In business studies, everything, the part one should be written on the question paper only. You can't write answers in a extra paper. Everything on the question paper. Careful. Okay. All the MCQs answers, near to that MCQ, you will see a dotted line. In that dotted line only, you had to write the answer number. Suppose if you didn't write in the dotted line, if you just underline, answer correct, they won't give marks because you didn't follow the instructions. So answer number must be written on the dotted line. So that's a learning. Okay. And there's another question also. At least this one, this is an easy one now. The next page, or maybe in the same page, you have another question. That's an easy one. I hope you'll get it correct this time. Zumra, wait, I'll catch you. Good, Abna. Good, Mandi. Good, Nabil. Correct. Safia, correct. Sayara, correct. Okay, correct. Others? Good. Simple question, right? Zumra, correct. The foundation of a business, we studied. The basement of a business is what? Customers. Okay. Answer is the fourth one. Fourth one is the answer. Here, write in the dotted line. That. A good answer. Fine. So, guys, that's all for today. Next class, we'll be starting the business activity process on UNCO. Today, I want to give a small idea on what is the content and the business studies paper structure. Okay. So, and to do a small part on the theory as well. So, next week, we'll be starting with the business activity, the functions. Yeah, CSK will do. Fine. So, was the session okay? Good? Happy? Satisfied? Yes? Okay, good, good. Hey, now, next week, we'll meet in our next class. So if you have any friends, just let them know also, because if they join at the midway, it won't be clear for them. Okay, our aspirate take a carrier avane. So if there are any friends, just let them know. And also same, we are currently the number one class for business studies. So we have this much of rank scale. So okay, so let them know. Correct. So that's it. Bye then. Good night. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Walaikum salam. Welcome. Bye. Good night.